Good day, my name is David and I am the head guy over at 7poundbag.com. I tend to do a lot of movie reviews, and since I buy a lot of movies in bulk or at my local pawn shops, not all of them are going to be that interesting to a modern audience. And to be honest with you, a lot of them aren't really deserved to be interesting to anybody. But since I do kind of have a tendency to grab a lot of older horror movies as well, what I'd kind of like to do on this forum is to kind of do a good bit of clip shows and kind of show you what movies are good, what movies kind of deserve your attention, and to be quite honest with you, what movies you need to run screaming from. And I'll kind of give you a few clips, a few pictures, or at least a good description of what I can do. Kind of depends on how good I am at making a video, to be quite honest with you. As far as I am as integrating, it's going to be kind of a learning process. What I'd also like to do, since I do have a lot of horror movies, also would like to kind of show you outside of, say, Frankenstein, Dracula, Phantom of the Opera, what movies are really worth your time as far as to go seeing, and again, what movies you should run screaming from. For example, I'd love to show you some clips of White Zombie, kind of whet your appetite to it, because I do think it's one of those movies that you may need to want to go see, or at least pull up, or if you do happen to see it on your DVR, things like that. As I said, I'll kind of go through it and all that. I'm kind of wanting to do something like that. Second thing I like to do on this channel is I'd also like to do some rants as far as life as we know it. I'd like to talk some NFL, talk some MMA, talk some comic books, talk some other movies that aren't exactly movie reviews. Things as far as, how my kids are, things like racism, gay rights, things like that that I kind of feel are interesting that may just kind of break up the monotony of life, so to speak. I tend to spend a lot of time, due to my work schedule, watching a lot of YouTube videos, trying to find something interesting to do, and I'd kind of like to be a part of it. Finally, I'd also like to do some Q&As on this thing. I do love to do a lot of roundtables on our websites. We currently have about 3 going on now, and we're about to add a 4th for the NBA season now that our NBA reviews are coming to a close. So if you happen to have a question on pretty much anything, I have a very large eclectic group of people over on the website. A lot of them are very knowledgeable, which is why they're there. And to tell you the truth, if you want to have if you have a question where I can't answer it here, I've got no problem kicking it over to there. Like, say, for example, if you want to try to ask why Rusev is being used the way he is, I have no clue. I don't watch the current product. So I'll kick that over to Steven. He can play with that over at the Wrestling Roundtable. You want to just, talk about who you think was a better tag team between the original Midnight Express and the Von Erichs, I can do that all day. I've seen them both. I've seen one of them live. You want to talk about anything involving baseball, I'm not your guy. You want to talk about Dominique Wilkins versus Vince Carter, I can do that all day. So, if you have questions, by all means, tweet them over to me here at Ask7Pound. If I can't get to them here, or if I just, tell you the truth, don't know the subject, I'll throw them over there. You've got a politics questions where you think about how I think that the Republican victory was actually a victory in the long term for Hillary Clinton, and I think they're really in trouble in the next presidential election. We can talk about that here. You've got a different opinion, by all means, I've got no problem yelling and screaming with anybody. It's kind of my thing, to be quite honest with you. I would definitely encourage you to hit our website, please. It's kind of the reason why I'm doing it here, another way of getting us out there. It's 7poundbag.com. I think that, we have daily content up there, at least Monday through Friday, sometimes 2 or 3 things a day. But please check us out there. Another thing that I'm going to do differently on this video channel is I have a lot of stuff that the wife decided I need to get rid of. And to tell you the truth, rather than put on eBay just because the pricing's just not there, it's not really worth the time. Once you deal with all the hassle and all that, I figure I'll give it away to our fans. Maybe I'll do something once we start getting some numbers where I'll start giving away some of these older movies that I've seen 2 or 3 times that, just to kind of spread it out there. Like I may give away the Puppet Master series since I've done that retrospective and I don't see going back to it. Maybe I'll give away the UFC 10 DVD, or I may start looking at tossing out some of these books that I've got that the wife just looks at and shudders because I've got several thousand of them laying around the house. But like I said, we're going to kind of play it by ear. If you've got thoughts, feelings, suggestions, I'll gladly take them. Hoping I'm going to start the series on some older movies or some horror movies, bad movies, etc. Next week, I'm going to try to at least do that weekly. The other types of Q&As ranting and things like that. We'll kind of look at that starting next week as well, hopefully. Any suggestions, any comments, any criticisms, I'll gladly take. Just keep in mind that if you do put anything on my site or on my channel, I will use it, especially if I have to embarrass you with it. Just, again, I mean, the internet's kind of a free-for-all. If you're going to yell something at me from the back of the room, I'm going to respond to you. Just, I think that's the way you have to treat people on the internet. By all means, say any comment that you want, but at least be prepared to back it up. I can argue all day that Jordan's not the greatest basketball player in the world, or in history, I should say. But the thing about it is I've got facts to back it up. I've got a rationale behind it. And in my opinion, that's part of what makes the internet good, because that's the way we can educate each other. And no, my answer is not Bill Russell. Maybe I'll do a ramble on that one time. But to tell you the truth, Jordan's obviously the greatest non-center, if you need a hint, in basketball history. I don't think that's deniable. I don't think Kobe has a chance to catch him. To be honest with you, I don't think LeBron has a chance to catch him. But like I said, that's stuff that we can talk about. If you want to get into a debate with it, by all means. And we'll, like I said, we'll take it from there. I hope you enjoy the channel. I hope it's beneficial to you. I hope you do spread it. Please subscribe to it, like I said, because I will be giving away random stuff just for the heck of it. And we'll kind of take it from there. And y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching.